All right, folks, welcome back to week 2 of our weekly Thought Fuel series. Last week when we were together, we asked you to reflect on your complaints and your frustrations coming into the new year, recognizing that what those complaints and frustrations do for us is that they point us to values that we hold, things that are important to us that are not fully being realized. And so, that was your reflection for the previous week. We're going to be asking you to do something new this week, but anything come up for you last week?
Yeah, I think it's just natural. Once we filmed that video, I started paying more attention to the complaints that pop up in my head and the frustrations I feel. And as much as I don't like to be a complainer, it did reveal some things to me. And there was a theme that underlined them. And I think we hope that's true for you, because that's going to tell you you're really onto something important. So for me, a lot of my complaints had to do with how I was spending my time and where I was focusing my energy. I tend to be a little overcommitted, and it frustrates me that I'm just exhausted all the time. And so for me, the value behind it was I really want to do the things that matter most to me and live into my potential. So that was it.
Yeah, so that actually bleeds us into what you jumped into that what we want you to reflect on this week, the unique thing, the point of your focus this week, intentional focus, by the way, write this stuff down, really think through it on purpose, is we want you to think through what could you do that you've been reluctant to do, right? And Sarah, you just said, I'm reluctant to say no to things a little bit, but the thing is, I want to be clear with them. We don't want you to go do the thing that you're thinking of. Our point is not to get you in trouble in some way with this, but we want you to think of what you could do to more fully realize the values in order to point you to what worry, fear, or resistance you have to doing those things. So in the same way that in week 1 we had the complaint point us to the values, this week we're having the thing that we could do that we've been reluctant to do point us to our worry, fear, and resistance.
Yeah, and so if the thing you think of that you could do doesn't raise a worry, fear, resistance, if it's just a good idea, go bigger, right?
Yeah.
Push yourself to think of something even scarier. So for me, like I said earlier, saying no to things is really hard for me. So I could say no to every commitment in my life except the 2 that are my top priorities. But the worry, fear, resistance for that is I'm going to miss out on something fun. I'm going to hurt people's feelings. I'm going to let people down. Stuff might not get done because I kind of feel like I'm the one that's got to do it or nobody else will. So those things keep me from saying no to things I should do. Shouldn't do.
Yeah. So that's your task for the week. We want you to think of the thing that you could do that you've been reluctant to do in order to more fully realize the value, in order to point you to worry, fear, and resistance that holds you in place. If it's helpful in any ways, we've been doing this with people for a long time. Failure, being ostracized, not being liked.
Maintaining control, not getting hurt.
Yeah, there's lots of worry, fear, and resistance. So maybe that gives you some ideas to kind of put you on the right path. As always, feel free to reach out to us. But until then, good luck with this, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.